Chapter 47. No, you should call him fourth old master. In Jasmine's room in the Lawrence family's manor. Jasmine's eyes were red from crying, and she could not stop himself from breaking down. Jennifer was also furious. Looking at the way Jasmine was crying, she became even angrier. She shouted loudly, "What are you crying for? Crying won't solve any problems. Mom, when I think about what I did with that piece of charcoal, I just want to jump off a building. What the hell did he do to me?" When Jasmine thought about what Sam did to her last night, she felt disgusted as if she had eaten a mosquito. "Enough," Jennifer said angrily, "just treat it as if you were bitten by a dog. Go and wash your face right now. When you come out, I want to see you smile." "Mom." Jasmine could not do it at all. Jennifer's eyes narrowed. Jasmine sniffed and went to the bathroom. After a long while, she wiped her tears and walked out. Jennifer said, "Let's pretend that what happened last night didn't happen. The people we saw today won't dare to spread rumors and cause trouble. They won't be able to spread it to the Swans. But what about Jean?" Jasmine looked at her mother. "The others could guarantee that, but Jean was a ticking time bomb." Jennifer said fiercely, "If she exposes you, we'll bite the bullet and say that she's jealous of you and is deliberately framing you. There are so many people in the family, and no one will stand on her side. When that happens, she'll be asking for humiliation." Hearing her mother's words, Jasmine felt slightly relieved. "Why were you in Jean's room with Sam last night?" Jennifer asked. She did not expect to be fooled by Jean. "Last night, I just finished taking a shower and heard someone knocking on the door. When I opened the door, I saw Jean. The next second, my vision suddenly went black, and I couldn't remember anything. I felt that something was wrong the whole night, but I don't know if it was because my head was injured and I was in a daze. Even now, it still hurts here." Jasmine pointed at the back of her head. Jennifer took a look. The spot where Jasmine's hair covered was indeed swollen. What has Jean gone through after leaving the Lawrences all these years? Jennifer looked vicious. "This time, I'm afraid that she didn't come back because the old man told her to. I'm afraid that she came back to take revenge." "Then what should we do?" Jasmine was a little panicked. "Will she break up Eden and me?" "Calm down," Jennifer scolded angrily and said in a cold-blooded manner, "No matter what she does, she's just one person. Don't worry, as long as Joshua is here, your father and your grandfather won't side with Jean. Sooner or later, Jean will bring about her own destruction." Jasmine gritted her teeth. No matter what, she wanted to return everything that happened last night to Jean. 9 a.m. The majestic Swans came to pick up the bride. The scandal that happened in the early morning seemed to have never happened. No one mentioned it, and the wedding was still as lively as ever. Jean held her son's hand and watched coldly from the side as Eden went through a lot of difficulties to take Jasmine away. Once these photos were exposed, there would probably be countless trending searches. After a long while, Eden finally carried Jasmine away. Jasmine was dressed in a white wedding dress. The gauze was laid out on the floor, looking beautiful and romantic. Eden was dressed in a white suit. His figure was tall and straight, and his bearing was imposing. They were quite a good match. Jean watched indifferently as Eden carried Jasmine and walked past her. At that moment, Eden's gaze was obviously frivolous as if he was deliberately provoking her. Nonetheless, Jean suddenly smiled. It was funny. After all, there were not many people who could still be so proud after being cheated on. Jean followed the crowd and left the Lawrence family's manor. At the entrance, rows of priceless black cars were parked. People who had not seen the world would be shocked by this scene. Eden carried Jasmine into the main wedding car, and the bridal guests were also arranged to enter their respective cars. Jean followed the crowd and was about to casually get into a car when a man suddenly appeared in front of her and looked down at her. Jean's eyes moved slightly. She smiled. "Fourth Master, you're here." At that moment, everyone also saw Fourth Master Swan. Eden and Jasmine also saw him from the wedding car. Jasmine, who was originally smiling sweetly, had a slight change in expression. "Your fourth uncle is here too?" Eden nodded. When he saw the scene outside the car, his expression did not look good either. My fourth uncle is only here because he values my wedding. It has nothing to do with anything else," Eden said coldly. Jasmine could sense Eden's emotions and tactfully did not say anything else at that moment. She just stared out of the car window to look at Jean and Fourth Master Swan. It did not seem like there was any interaction between them. In fact, there really was not any interaction between them. Fourth Master Swan did not reply to Jean's words. Jean was not embarrassed either. She walked past Fourth Master Swan and wanted to get into the car behind. Ms. Lawrence, Fourth Master Swan suddenly called out to her. At this moment, he even opened the door of his private car for her. Jean frowned. My car is free, Fourth Master Swan said, there's still room for 2 people. At this time, Jean wanted to spurt blood. Under everyone's watchful eyes, should she reject it or not? Ms. Lawrence, you don't have to be so polite. We're all relatives, Fourth Master Swan said. Jean pursed her lips. She did not want to stand at ceremony. She smiled and said, thanks for the trouble then. As she said that, she held George's hand and sat in the back seat of Fourth Master Swan's car. Then, Fourth Master Swan also sat inside. Everyone was shocked. Fourth Master Swan had never taken the initiative to approach any woman. Could it be that he really took a liking to Jean? Did he fancy a woman with a child? Impossible. Ellipsis. With that, a row of luxurious cars drove on the streets of Southampton City. The Swans' wedding was incomparably grand. Many passers-by could not help but stop and watch. Jean just watched the beautiful weather outside the car window in Southampton City to pass the time. George doesn't seem to like to talk. In the quiet space, Fourth Master Swan suddenly spoke. Jean was stunned. She did not expect Fourth Master Swan to suddenly care about George. Jean said, he's more introverted. Is that so? Fourth Master Swan's eyes shifted as he sized George up. George's little eyebrows furrowed slightly as he was displeased. Jean mediated the situation and said, George, you should greet Fourth Master. George looked at Jean. Jean gave him a look. George called out in a childish voice, Fourth Master. No, you should call him Fourth Old Master, Jean corrected him. PFF'd. Knox, who was sitting in the front row and drinking water, could not help but spit it out. As an outsider, and since it was indeed a family matter for Fourth Master Swan, Knox sat quietly in the front row and did not want to make any noise. He was summoned by Fourth Master Swan last night and early this morning to pick up the bride, so he was quite unhappy. That said, since he could not resist, he could only accept his fate. At this moment, Knox was amused by Jean's choice of words. He looked at the man with an ashen face through the rearview mirror. Could he say that he was in a good mood at the moment?